Exam Scholar, Real Estate Edition.
Question 1. What is a realtor? A. A real estate agent. B. A real estate broker. C. A voluntary member of NAR. D. A voluntary member of NRA. Answer. C. The National Association of Realtors is an organization that, if joined by an agent or broker, allows that they can designate themselves as a realtor. There is a fee to join. Question 2. When all the papers are drawn up correctly and everything is ready for the final steps to close the escrow, which typically includes recording the deed, the escrow is called A. Complete. B. Ready. C. Finalized. D. Totaled. Answer. A. A complete escrow includes all the properly prepared paperwork and is ready to close the escrow. Question 3. Government surveys use sections, townships, and ranges to describe what about land? A. Location. B. Size. C. Boundaries. D. Acreage. Answer. A. Out of all the answer choices given, location is the most correct. The government surveys use sections, townships, and ranges to determine location of land. Question 4. In government surveys of land, why is meets and bounds used? A. To determine location. B. To determine outlines of a certain area. C. To determine contour lines. D. To determine fault line boundaries. Answer. B. The government surveys of land use meets and bounds to determine the outlines of a certain area. Question 5. If an appurtenant easement is not mentioned in the deed to a newly sold property, which is correct? A. The appurtenant easement runs with the land. B. The appurtenant easement terminates. C. The appurtenant easement reverts to the owners of the other property. D. The appurtenant easement converts to an encumbered interest. Answer. A. An appurtenant easement runs with the land no matter if it is mentioned in the deed or not. Question 6. What is a conduit? A. A metal pipe. B. Wiring. C. A connector. D. None of these? Answer. A conduit is a metal pipe that wires pass through in the electrical wiring of a house. Question 7. Value of a property is most directly influenced by A. Location. B. Zoning. C. Size. D. Shape. Answer. A. The most important factor that affects the value of a property is its location. The other answers do affect the value, but in a diminished way comparatively. Question 8. A fence, a separate detached garage, and a septic tank are all examples of A. Appurtenances. B. Easements. C. Personal property. D. Real property. Answer. A. Appurtenances are those things that are attached to the piece of land so that they become part of the land as it is passed to new owners. A fence, garage, and a septic tank are all examples of appurtenances. Question 9. How many acres are in a section? A. 640. B. 420. C. 740. D. 624. Answer. A. A section contains 640 acres. Question 10. How many acres are in a township? A. 640. B. 1000. C. 280. D. 23,040. Answer. D. A township contains 36 sections. Each section contains 640 acres. Thus, 640 by 36 equals 23,040 acres.
Passing the real estate exam can be hard, like really hard. Statistically, only about 50% of people actually pass the real estate exam on their first try. Those people that pass, they go on to become real estate agents. And the people that didn't pass, yeah, they either give up completely or have to try again. Both of these options are painful, disappointing, and upsetting. Exam Scholar Real Estate Edition has been named as the best real estate exam prep by multiple publications for 7 years in a row. If you are about to take the real estate exam, Exam Scholar Real Estate Edition is a no-brainer choice. There is no other real estate exam preparation service out there that comes close. To enjoy the longest membership time, lowest cost, real estate videos, audios, articles, flashcards, vocabulary, exam tips and tricks, a 1-year no questions asked refund policy, and be one of the 35,000 people that it has helped pass the real estate exam, then sign up in less than 5 minutes at www.realestateexamscholar.com.
Question 1. The right of survivors, in joint tenancy, to acquire the interest of the deceased tenant is called A. The right of conveyance. B. The right of survivorship. C. The right of tenancy extended. D. None of these. Answer. B. In a joint tenancy, if one of the tenants dies, the other inherits the property by means of the right of survivorship. Question 2. Real property is defined as land and appurtenances, including A. Permanent structures. B. Trees. C. Minerals. D. All of these. Answer. D. Real property is defined as land and appurtenances including permanent structures, trees, minerals, and rights of them. Question 3. The amount of the outstanding balance on a mortgage not including any interest or other charges is called A. The principal. B. The original loan amount. C. The primary. D. None of these. Answer. A. The principal balance is the outstanding balance of principal on a mortgage that does not include any interest or other charges. Question 4. A public official that keeps public records of real property transactions in their county is called A. A deed transaction recorder. B. A clerk. C. A recorder. D. A registrar of recording. Answer. C. A recorder is a county public official that records of real property transactions in their area. Also called a county clerk or registrar of deeds. Question 5. A written contract that states the terms and conditions under which a property will be sold, and signed by both the buyer and the seller is known as A. A purchase agreement. B. A purchase note. C. A purchase order. D. A purchase contract. Answer. A. Of the answers given, a purchase agreement is the most correct. A purchase agreement is the written contract that is signed by both the buyer and the seller that states the terms and conditions under which a property will be sold. Question 6. If a loan has a loan-to-value percentage in excess of 80%, what is required? A. Private mortgage insurance. B. A cosigner. C. A down payment in excess of 10%. D. None of these. Answer. A. Private mortgage insurance is insurance required for loans with a loan-to-value percentage in excess of 80%. Question 7. If an owner reduces the principal on a loan before the due date, this is called A. A prepayment. B. A loan reduction strategy. C. A payment in excess. D. None of these. Answer. A. A prepayment is a payment made before the due date and reduces the principal on a loan. Question 8. Another term for pity is A. Principal, interest, taxes, and insurance. B. Principal, insurance, topography, and isolation. C. Parties, interest, taxation, and insurance. D. None of these. Answer. A. Pity stands for principal, interest, taxes, and insurance. Question 9. A mortgage payment that is not enough to cover the scheduled monthly payment on a mortgage is called A. A partial payment. B. A percentage payment. C. An interest-only payment. D. None of these. Answer. A partial payment is a payment that is insufficient to cover the scheduled mortgage loan payment and is normally not accepted by the lender. Question 10. If you are given a formal written notice that a default has occurred, this is called A. A notice of default. B. Intent to levy. C. A notice of court action. D. None of these. Answer. A. A notice of default is a formal written notice that informs of a default that has occurred and that legal action may be taken in the near future. Question 1. What special type of ownership is available in most non-community property states and is only available to married persons? A. Estate by escheat. B. Tenancy by the entirety. C. Dual tenancy. D. Coup estate. Answer. B. Tenancy by the entirety is available in most non-community property states and is automatically the assumed form of ownership when a couple purchases real estate together unless they opt for another form. Question 2. If a restaurant is located in a section of town that has been rezoned from restaurant and retail to commercial office building development, the restaurant can remain there by use of A. A special use permit. B. Non-conforming use. C. The grandfather use clause. D. Tenancy in specuity. Answer. B. The restaurant can remain in place by non-conforming use. The restaurant will not be able to expand into other neighboring sites, however. Question 3. A broker gives a written step-by-step instruction manual to new agents and instructs them to follow each of the steps exactly in order to produce sales for the brokerage. In addition, the broker threatens to discipline any agent that does not follow the steps, up to and including termination. The agent should A. Be scared of losing the position in the brokerage by means of firing. B. Follow the directions step by step. C. Do what they feel is best for obtaining results for the brokerage. An agent is an independent contractor and liable for results only, not the means they are achieved. D. None of these. Answer. C. A real estate agent working under a broker is liable to the company only for the results achieved as defined in the hiring contract and not by the specific means they are achieved. This is an independent contractor arrangement. If it were an employer-employee relationship, the employer can dictate the specific means of obtaining performance. Question 4. To match the specifications of a subject property, in the market data approach to appraisal, the sales prices of comparable properties are A. Increased. B. Decreased. C. Adjusted. D. Net zeroed. Answer. C. In the sales or market data approach to appraisal, The sales prices of comparable properties are adjusted to match the specifications of a subject property. Question 5. In real estate, the simplest form of property ownership is called A. Joint. B. Tenancy in common. C. Community. D. Severalty. Answer: D. The simplest form of ownership in regard to real estate is severalty because there is only one owner. All other forms include multiple party owners involved. Question 6. What is the formula for determining the value of an investment property? A. Net operating income divided by capitalization rate. B. Capitalization rate multiplied by net operating income. C. Potential gross income divided by operating income. D. Potential gross income divided by capitalization rate. Answer: A. Net operating income is divided by the capitalization rate to arrive at the value of the property. Question 7. If a buyer decides to pay for a property in cash, which form is required to be filed according to the IRS? A. Form 1090. B. Form 9600. C. Form 8300. D. Form 2740B. Answer: C. IRS Form 8300 must be filed on all cash payments that are $10,000 or more. Question 8. A cash payment of $10,001 is given as earnest money to secure a property. What must be filed? A. A documenting receipt. B. A procurement contract. C. An IRS Form 8300. D. An expediting loan form. Answer: C. The IRS requires any cash payments over $10,000 be recorded by filing a Form 8300. Question 9. A vendor vendee is a term that best describes the relationship between A. Purchase and sales. B. Mortgage or mortgagee. C. Grantor grantee. D. Option or optionee. Answer: A. The term vendor vendee is best matched with purchase and sales. Question 10. Which term is best related to lender borrower? A. Grantor grantee. B. Mortgage or mortgagee. C. Option or optionee. D. Seller buyer. Answer: B. The best match from this list that is related to lender borrower is mortgage or mortgagee. This relationship is a lender borrower relationship. Question 1. Which of the following is not a way in which mortgages and trust deeds differ? A. Securities. B. Title. C. Statute of limitations. D. Parties. Answer: A. They are both security interests in property. They provide the legal right to have the property sold in the event that the borrower defaults. Question 2. The statutory dedication process is completed when A. The appointed representative of the city or county signs accepting the dedication. B. The final subdivision map is recorded. C. The dedicated area is completed. D. Local authorities deliver a signed acceptance to the subdivider. Answer: B. Upon the final subdivision may being recorded. If the subdivider has dedicated an area through a dedication certificate and the dedication has been accepted by the properly authorized official, then the recording of the approved map would be the final step in the statutory dedication process. Question 3. When duly recorded in the county where the property of the judgment debtor is located, An abstract of judgment for money awarded by a court becomes A. An involuntary lien. B. A voluntary lien. C. An attachment lien. D. An equitable lien. Answer. A. A lien is a money encumbrance. In this instance, the encumbrance is placed on the property without the owner's consent and is, therefore, involuntary. Question 4. At 12 o'clock noon, Baker made an offer to purchase a single-family residence. He instructed his real estate broker not to present his offer until 6 p.m. By 6 p.m., 3 more offers had been submitted. The real estate broker should A. Ignore the other offers. B. Present all offers to the property owner in the order they were submitted. C. Present all offers to the property owner simultaneously as soon as possible. D. Wait until the seller acts on the first offer before presenting the other offers. Answer. C. The rule of agency is that all offers must be presented to the seller and let the seller make the decision as to which offer to accept. Question 5. One side of a section equals how many feet? A. 43,560. B. 5,280. C. 2,640. D. 1,000. Answer. B. A section is 1 mile on each side. 1 mile equals 5,280 feet. Question 6. Which of the following is required in a valid homestead? A. Statement that claimant is residing on the premises and desires to claim it as a homestead. B. Statement giving the exact cost of the homestead at time of purchase. C. A description of the property including a description of the improvements. D. Signature of both husband and wife. Answer. A. Any person filing a homestead is required to reside on the premises at the time that he records the homestead and to sign a statement that he desires to claim it as a homestead. The person claiming a homestead does not have to give the cost, or a description of the improvements on the property, and it can be filed by either a husband or a wife. Question 7. The broker, as agent of the seller, owes the buyer A. Only a duty to disclose any item which relates directly to the sales price of the property. B. The same fiduciary obligations he owes to the seller. C. Only the duty to answer questions honestly. D. The duty of honestly and fair dealing. Answer. D. This deals with the responsibility an agent owes the buyer when the licensee is the agent of the seller. He owes the seller fiduciary obligations, the buyer, the duty of honestly and fair dealing. Question 8. Harry owns a building in a commercial area of town. Tina rents space in the building and operates a bookstore. In Tina's bookstore, she has installed large reading tables fastened to the walls and bookshelves that create aisles from the front of the store to the back. These shelves are bolted to both the ceiling and the floor. Which of the following best characterizes the contents of Tina's bookstore? A. The shelves and tables are trade fixtures and will convey when Harry sells the building. B. The shelves and tables are trade fixtures and may properly be removed by Tina before her lease expires. C. Beck. As Tina is a tenant, the shelves and tables are fixtures and may not be removed except with Harry's permission. D. Because the shelves and tables are attached to the building, they are treated the same as other fixtures. Answer. B. Common law protects business tenants who install fixtures for their business by treating these trade fixtures as their personal property and giving tenants the right to remove them before the end of their lease. Any damage to the building due to removal is to be repaired by the departing tenant. A licensee who participates in the sale of business property should make known to purchasers what, if any, trade fixtures there are that will not convey with the building. Question 9. A real estate license is A. Constitutionally protected right of the individual. B. Privilege granted by the state. C. Right granted by the Office of the Attorney General. D. None of the above. Answer. B. Like a driver's license, it is a privilege. Question 10. If, in a transaction, the amount made as a deposit is not sufficient to cover the monetary damages incurred by a party to the real estate sales transaction, the following party could not file an action in a court of law. A. The buyer. B. The seller. C. A real estate broker acting as an agent for his principal. D. An attorney action for his principal. Answer. C. A real estate broker acting as an agent for his principal is a special agent. The broker's powers are limited to acting in the sale of the property. He has no power to file a court action for his principal. Question 1. The FHA uses what to pay lenders, within the limits, resulting from foreclosure? A. Title insurance. B. Mutual mortgage insurance. C. Homeowners insurance. D. Blanket policy. Answer. B. The FHA insures loans with mutual mortgage insurance. Question 2. Functional obsolescence is best exemplified by A. Wear and tear. B. Dated equipment. C. Change of demand. D. None of these. Answer. B. Dated equipment is an example of functional obsolescence. Question 3. Change of locational demand is an example of A. Functional obsolescence. B. Economic obsolescence. C. Planned obsolescence. D. None of these. Answer. B. An example of economic obsolescence would be change of locational demand. Question 4. Normal wear and tear from use would not be considered. A. Functional obsolescence. B. Economic obsolescence. C. Obsolescence. D. All of these. Answer. D. Normal wear and tear from use is not considered any form of obsolescence. Question 5. What is sufficient disclosure in an ad for a home? A. Annual percentage rate. B. Number of monthly payments. C. Total of accumulated interest charges. D. Minimum down payment requirements. Answer. A. If the APR is included in the ad, this is sufficient disclosure for an advertisement. Question 6. A judgment by the court ordering the sale of property is known as A. A writ of execution. B. A habendum clause. C. A writ of judgment. D. A notice of declaration. Answer. A writ of execution is issued by the court ordering the sale of a property. Question 7. A written decision of the court, that when recorded creates a lien is known as A. A habendum clause. B. A writ of judgment. C. An abstract of judgment. D. A writ of execution. Answer. C. An abstract of judgment is a written decision of the court that when recorded creates a lien. Question 8. This is issued to the holder of a certificate of sale after the 1-year redemption period has passed under the terms of the mortgage foreclosure proceeding. A. A writ of judgment. B. A sheriff's deed. C. A sheriff's notice. D. A writ of execution. Answer. B. A sheriff's deed is issued to the holder of a certificate of sale after the 1-year redemption period has passed under the terms of the mortgage foreclosure proceeding. Question 9. Prepaid rents in escrow are typically A. Credited to the vendee. B. Credited to the vendor. C. Debited from the vendee. D. Debited from the buyer. Answer: A. The buyer is usually credited the prepaid rents in escrow. Vendee is another term for buyer. Question 10. Vendee is also known as A. Buyer. B. Seller. C. Agent. D. Broker. Answer: A. Another word for buyer is vendee.
Exam Scholar, Real Estate Edition.